Good afternoon, everybody. It's Dave coming to you from the dog yard right here in Southern Maryland. It is about 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. We have perfect weather, absolutely perfect weather. It's about 80 degrees. I think this thing says 82 degrees. But the sun is behind the clouds because it's partly cloudy. We got a little bit of a breeze, so it doesn't feel like the mid 80s. But it's beautiful. This is more like late May or June weather, but it's nice. Um, Yesterday was chilly. Yesterday was like we got a high of like 55. So we've got this sort of like Jim says, we got bipolar weather. It's 80, 50, 85, 50, 80, 50, 50, 85, 82. So we just seem to be skipping the 60s and 70s both directions. So, but anyway, it's beautiful out here. What are we smoking today? We are smoking the Winston. So it's a Davidoff, and it's the Winston Churchill late hour. The late hour. This is an actual Churchill size. This and the Almac Maduro Double Corona are at the top of my cigar list. This might be my absolute favorite, but I don't smoke these very often because these are not budget friendly. But the Almacs are. So that's my overall favorite is this, the Davidoff Churchill Late Hour. But my daily favorite is the Almacs. Punch cut as always. And we'll go ahead and light it up. So man, did I have a good day today. Really productive. Just one of those days where you just get out of bed right when you're supposed to and just hit it. And got out of the house at 8:30 after coffee with Anne Marie. Got to the paddock a little bit early. I like to be there and set up by 9 o'clock. So but got there, had a great day trading today. Got all my paperwork cleaned up, got all my checking accounts balanced and reconciled, all the credit card statements entered and reconciled. So all the company's books are up to date as of today. This feels really good. All the paperwork is cleared out. All the bills are paid. I renewed my Utah carry permit, which gives me 37 states, I believe, now. It's really interesting. You can do it from your phone. In fact, they prefer you do it from your phone because one of the last things you do is just take a picture and submit it, and that becomes your the photo that goes on your carry permit. My humidor showed up, so I've uncrated it, placed it, ordered a table for it to sit on because I really want it. It's small refrigerator size, but I wanted it face level. I don't want to be kneeling down to look into it. So that table should be here tomorrow. I'll get it put together. I have it. The starter procedures they asked from the factory is they want you to leave the door open for 24 hours to just let any factory smells, scents, air, whatever out. And then they want you to seal it up, plug it in, fill it with distilled water, and let it run another 24 hours. So that'll be tomorrow. Then we'll load it up over the weekend. But it's in place. It's here. Looks great. So I sold gold last end of the year, and it's blown up so much since then. I sold some more, and I sent the last of it off today. So I sold it 4 or 5 days ago, and at its high, it was like $3,200 an ounce. It's just insane. That's down a little bit after the whole Trump tariff announcements yesterday, but it'll come back. So I'll be moving some more profits into the crypto market over the next couple of weeks. We might see a bottoming this weekend. It'll be a bloodbath probably for a few more days, but maybe Sunday, Monday, it'll start to turn around, find a bottom. We'll see. But anyway, just been a good day. Got everything done. Got back in time to see Anne Marie for a half an hour before she ran off to ride the horse and take care of Cooper. And now here I am with you guys. So Just you and me and the dogs. You can see in my hair, the breeze is blowing. It's blowing just enough to blow any heat away. So 82 feels more like about 75 right now. Anyway, you see how this thing burns. It's just some of the highest quality cigar smokes that I smoke on a fairly regular basis. And so it's a medium minus. It's smooth as can be. There's no spice. There's no bite. But it's got a boldness to it. It's got a nice bold flavor. Medium strength, but bold. And but pure. There's a touch of sweetness to it. But it's just a nice medium tobacco taste. It's really good. Occasionally you get one wrapped a little tight because they are um, Churchill width. So I think they try to give you a little bit of extra leaf. Most of the time they're great. This one's wrapped a little tight. Yeah, the retrohale is so nice and smooth. Anyway, you can tell even though it's wrapped a little tight, it's smoking and burning well. Yep, so good. Give you a dog go around. Everyone's sleepy today. So there's Echo just kind of chilling in the dirt. There's Finney. He's actually going to take a dirt nap. He loves his little mud hole. And then right here, or like literally at my feet, is Sasha's trying to figure out what to do. And then if I pan you all the way around, you know what's going to happen now. There's Chance. Chance is over there being Chance. But he's a happy dog. He's happy being Chance. Honey Badger don't care. So our cherry trees are starting to bud out. You can see the pink. The big trees, all the oaks, cottonwoods, everything is starting to leaf out or bud out. Really, we don't not really seeing leaves yet. Here's some for you. Anyways, definitely spring is here, winter is gone. It's just a matter of we early spring with cool temperatures or late spring with hot temperatures. So my daughter's horse Cooper is doing better. He had 3 teeth out this week, and he had 1 tooth out this week last year. So when my daughter was younger, the animated movie, How to Train Your Dragon was huge, and she loved that when she was a kid. And the dragon's name is Toothless, and so my wife and my daughter were joking yesterday they should rename Cooper Toothless. Anyway, while he is healing, we can't feed him normally, so they feed him mash. Oops, that was me. Sorry. You have to feed him mash, so it's buy these little hay cubes and you soak them in water and they explode out, but they turn into a mush, a mash, and he loves it. So I'm gonna put a video of him eating dinner last night. So with these guys being a little bit thinner than I'm used to, I chooch them a little bit. See that cone? When the cone sticks out like that, it means I'm chooching it a little bit. That means the outer wrapper and binder are burning a little bit faster than the filler. I gotta slow it down. But I'm used to the big 60 rings. Sure is good though. All right, guys. We'll probably The rest of this video will revolve around politics a little bit. So if that frustrates you, I'd 86 the AO if I were you. That means click off. Anyway, I have two serious questions, and if you would indulge me, if you would answer me with unemotional, factual answers. I'm seeking what you're experiencing out in the world. So the first question is, as frustrated as we are with the way the world's going, the Western world's going, Europe's going, the EU, the UK, the United States, we talk about, we're losing our country, we're losing our rights, we're losing our freedoms. My wife and I have had the conversation that we feel like we live in a two-phase, two-part world, because we hear all that. I'm pretty up to speed on the news and on fringe topics on fringe news channels. I feel like I'm pretty well rounded, and so I hear about all these things, but I feel like when I sit and have coffee with my wife in the morning, I'm not touched by any of them. And so I have one example of the last 20 years sort of loss of freedoms, how it touches me. I've mitigated it by doing what I need to do in Wyoming, but here in my home state of Maryland, where I've spent the last 35 years, I cannot buy the weapon I want because Maryland has banned it as an assault rifle, or a copy of an assault rifle. I just wanted to buy a Springfield Arms Elite folding stock 16-inch or 20-inch camouflaged AR-15. And Maryland's got them all banned because either it's got a folding stock or a pinned flash suppressor. So I can't really do that. So there's an example of where the craziness of the world touches me personally. Now I can just go to Wyoming, buy whatever I want. In fact, you walk in, go, I'll take that, you pay for it, and walk out. It's crazy. But the other place is, the other way I feel it here is, I can't buy, in the state of Maryland, I can only buy a 10-round magazine, no matter what weapon I'm buying it for. So there's an example of what I'm asking. I can get all emotional about it, get all upset by it, but the fact is I can't buy the weapon I want because Maryland has classified almost all AR-15s as assault weapons or copy of assault weapons. But there's only one or two varieties you can buy and have shipped to an FFL in Maryland, and they're woefully out of stock. They're always out of stock. I can't tell if it's because they're so popular because you can buy them in the communist states, or they're out of stock because nobody wants them, so they're not making them, and no distributor is going to spend money on them. I can't tell. But that's an example of what I mean about the crazy world touching me personally, and I really don't have very many examples like that. So there's my one example, two-parter. How is the crazy world, if you live in Belgium, if you live in the UK, if you live in the EU, if you live in any of the states, if you live in Canada, how is this crazy world affecting your life personally? You, your wife, your kids. I don't want to hear about, you heard about something from a friend who was affected by it, who heard about it from a friend, who heard about it from a friend. Pretty soon you do an REO Speedwagon. That's an 80s music joke, by the way, if you're not old enough. So affecting you, your wife, or your kids. How is this world doing that? How is it reaching through the bubble of your life and touching or affecting you negatively? All right, question number 2. I'll make a statement first. Before we get to the question, there's a good example of my chooching slowing down. See, the cone is much, much smaller now. I don't know if you cared. Wanted to show it to you anyway. Question number 2. I'll make a statement before I ask a question. I personally think we're seeing judicial overreach fairly consistently, not just in the Ninth Circuit, but where judges are just ruling against the president's executive orders and directives. But what I'm not seeing what those judges are basing those freezes or overturns on. Are they basing it on that it's not constitutional, it's illegal, it does irreparable harm to what, by the way, if they go down that road? I should do some research. And someone's asking me what is the use for AI. This would be a good one to type into AI, see what the different AI engines produce for us. And what are the justifications on which judicial overturns of executive orders are based upon in the last 60 days? Anyway, I really don't want to hear that it's the judiciary's bullshit and they really have overstepped. I get all that, right? I'm not looking for emotion. I'm not looking for opinions. I'm looking to see, has anybody done the reading to understand upon what are these judges standing upon when they do these overturns and rule that the executive orders cannot be followed. I've not done the research. So I will, by the way, now that I've said it out loud, I'll probably do some tomorrow and see what it says. But I'm wondering, do you know? I mean, we all have emotions and opinions about it. Do we know what it's based upon? Because that's what I want to talk about, is how are they justifying these overturned decisions? That's it. Question one: how has the crazy world touched you, your wife, or your kids directly and personally, professionally? And two, what are these judges basing these overturns on? Those are my only two questions. There's Sasha just wandering around. Chances right up here, having a rest. Then down, Echo down. Sasha's still looking for what kind of trouble she can start. So today being Thursday is the day that Marv comes by and cleans the house. She's been doing that for 26, 27 years. I mean, literally, Marvin, not as a person, has come and cleaned her house every Thursday for about 26 or 27 years. My oldest kid's 25. So we've known Marvin more longer than we've known our kids. The whole reason I bring that up is when Marvin's here, the dogs have to be outside the whole day. And that doesn't change Sasha's day because she comes with me to the paddock. She runs all my errands with me. But these three are ready to call the ASPCA and complain that they've been treated like animals and left out on the sun porch and in this beautiful dog yard all day. And that causes them to be tired after their very stressful day. So that's why they're down today. So tomorrow we'll have another Freedom Friday video. It'll be part 2 of last Friday's when I did my black tack. Tomorrow will be camo tack. All the bits have come in. So I went, all my black tack is mil spec. But all my camo tack you can see tomorrow is like backwoods, Bubba hunting gear. I wouldn't want to operate in it very much. It's super light, and I don't know how well made it is, but it'll look good in the video. And God forbid I ever need to use it out here. I don't anticipate ever have to do. I don't think I'd ever have to be using offensive tactics. The reason I have all this gear is for defense. I hope I don't ever have to go in and get my kid out of somewhere or my wife. But if that were the case, it'd probably be in an urban environment anyway. Well, the reason I have all the gear is for night ops here, or I have the exact same setup night ops in Wyoming. I'll have my counter to what I just said. I'll have my night vision with me tomorrow. I'll show that to you again. I have a video on the night ops or the night vision that I use, but I'll show it again tomorrow. And one of my guys on the CO school last Saturday asked me if I had any FLIR, and I don't. I don't have any infrared. So I'm going to be looking for infrared scopes over the next couple of days. Maybe I'll have found one by tomorrow and have it at least ordered. But I'll share that with you online. But that's just something that got away from me. Something that I could scan the property both here and in Wyoming and see a heat signature. I have really good night vision, but it's not the same as infrared. So anyway, that's something else we need to add. So it's kind of fun to do these tack gear reviews because one, I found out my gloves didn't fit. Two, you guys came up with you need camo as well as black, and it brought up the point that I don't have any infrared capability. So it helped me in 3 ways to do the review last Friday. All right, guys, we're at 21 minutes. I don't want to take this too long, but I think the last subject tonight will be training with the gear I show you, because boy, the number you said to show, what is you training? The gear is no good if you don't know how to use it and all this stuff. So I don't know, maybe you're reflecting your own experience into your questions for me. But guys, there's 2 levels of training. One is to learn a new skill, and the other is to maintain existing skills. I'm at level 2 in all of this stuff, all right? I'm in pretty good shape, so I maintain it by walking with my dogs. I'm really good at it in Wyoming, 5-6 miles a day. Here's a little less. When I get out and do stuff with 40 and 50-year-olds, I'm pretty much outpacing them in most cases. So for guys about almost 61 years old, I'm good with where I'm at. I lift light weights when I'm here. I don't do that in Wyoming because I have tree projects and all this other crap that's out there. So my physical, could I lose 20 or 30 pounds? Sure, I could, and I probably will eventually. But it's not a huge priority to me. My physicals go great. My doc says I'm the healthiest guy in his practice. So my physical well-being is fine. My eating is pretty good, and what I drink is pretty good. My alcohol consumption is pretty damn low. This and my pipe are probably my 2 biggest vices, to be honest. Trading with my gear, guys, I've put thousands of rounds through all my different weapons. So I'm not really trying to learn a weapon or gain proficiency in a weapon. I'm trying to make sure I can still hit what I'm aiming at, make sure I have the muscle memory, how to unholster and holster a weapon quickly, make sure the batteries in my red dots are still working, make sure the batteries in my weapon lights are good, make sure the battery in my night vision is still good. But training to use body armor, once you're used to wearing it, doesn't really take a lot of training. And the other thing is I'm not humping it. I'm not trying to do a 5-mile aggressive move. I'm not trying to move, shoot, communicate, move, shoot, communicate. I'm basically trying to be able to defend a defendable, hardened position, whether I'm here or in Wyoming. The night vision is very easy to get used to. The helmets, once you get used to wearing a helmet, it's a little weird at first when you wear a helmet with ear protection and night vision. You feel like the world is clamped into your head, but I found it very, very quick to get used to. I'm not taking 1,000-yard shots, right? Most of my shots are going to be 100 yards or less, 200 if something's wrong. But if I'm taking a 300-yard shot at a human being, I'm probably going to be the one going to prison. So I'm not really worried about distance shooting. I still do it when I go to the long range just because it's fun, but it's not really a skill I really carry around with me. The one I'm most worried about is my everyday carry, my EDC. I carry a Glock 43 here in Maryland. I carry a Glock 43X. Those are 9 millimeters. I carry the same ammo in both. Trust me, even when I go to the range with it, I only shoot 10, 20 rounds through it. I just don't need to put that many rounds through it to feel comfortable. So then I carry my Glock 10 mil when I'm on the property in Wyoming, and I certainly can hit a grizzly charging me if I have to. You know, like I said, it's the last thing I'm going to ever do. Am I going to practice mile-long shots with my BMG 50? No, I'm not going to. Wearing black clothing takes nothing. Wearing boots takes nothing. So the training I'm trying to get to now is very rudimentary and very replicatable. And trust me, I'm ready. You know, the main thing is if you're not, just start moving. Move and eat meat. And train on your EDC. I get the sense a lot of you don't even have a weapon. So, but if you have a weapon, I hope you're using it every week. You know, 100 rounds a week for the first few weeks, then 50, then 20. That's enough. If you're shooting 200, 300, 400, 500 rounds a week out of your weapons, you're just wasting ammo, in my opinion. Or you don't know how to shoot and you need to get some training. Anyway, I assure you I'm ready. I just don't see a need to drag you through all my training all the time. Most of it's pretty boring. So the last piece on training, guys, I served the FBI as a contractor for 25 years, and they really brought me in as one of their own. So I've done a lot of their training, a lot of their agent training. I've gone the weapons classes they have, whether that be a static range, static distance, or dynamic targeting. Tack gear, no tack gear, civilian wear, you know, speed target acquisition, speed target assessment, clearing the backfield so that you're not putting around through somebody, or if you miss it, you're putting around into somebody that's in the background. Trust me, I got 25 years of that. So I think we're good. All right, guys, that's enough. Kind of getting down to the stubby. We're probably at 25 minutes, which is probably too long, but it's about where my videos end up. So that's it. So we'll wrap up Thursday. Hope you had a great week. 4 good days behind you. One more good one to go. And hope you got a good weekend planned. I hope you don't spend your life wishing for 2 days for 5 days. You know, where you just spend every weekday where you can't wait for the weekend. I hear that on some of the videos I watch. That's a horrible life. If all you want on Monday is to get to Friday night, boy, that's tough. You know, when you live your life 5 days waiting for 2, I hope you don't do that. All right, guys, that's it. We'll wrap up Thursday. I ask that God bless your lives and those around you. I ask that God turn his ear to your prayers. I ask that God make his face shine upon you and those around you. May God bless your life as good as he's blessing mine. All right, guys, that's it. Have a good rest of your Thursday. Good night, everybody, and we'll talk again tomorrow on Friday. Bye now.